Okay. So in the last class, we started with CS amplifiers. To briefly recap, we saw the amplifier characteristics. Okay, those were your Rin, input impedance of the amplifier. Okay, overall then we saw gain of the amplifier, voltage gain, then the overall voltage gain. Okay, when I say gain of the amplifier, it is the immediate input, output of the amplifier to by Vi, input to the amplifier. When I say overall gain, it takes into consideration the signal also. Okay, the input signal which you give. Then we saw R out, which is the output impedance of the amplifier. Alright. So these are some of the important characteristics we saw of an amplifier, and also we tried to bring out the relation between the overall gain of the entire circuit to the gain of the amplifier. So that is what AV naught is. AV naught is open loop or open circuit voltage gain. It is pertaining only to the amplifier. AV is the AV naught is the open circuit open loop open circuited voltage gain of the amplifier, not considering the RL. So we make RL as infinite, that is open circuit. AV is considering RL, amplifier voltage gain. Then we have GV. Okay, GV is overall voltage gain of the entire circuit. Okay, if you take a CS amplifier, entire gain, overall gain. Okay, this is actually V naught by V signal. Okay, considering RL. There is another term GV naught, that is overall gain of the amplifier, overall gain of the CS amplifier with not considering RL. Okay, that means you are making RL as infinite. So we saw the relation between the both of them, right? How GV relates to AV. Okay, right, and we also saw the CS amplifier. Okay, common source amplifier. Again, there are two types. One is without source resistance and with source resistance. So we saw without source resistance in the last class, right? There was no source resistance. So that is this circuit. Okay, V signal and R signal is the V signal is the actual source. R signal is the internal resistance of that voltage source. CC1 and CC2 are coupling capacitors, which is used to couple this amplifier to preceding or the next stage. I here is the constant current source. This it is a biasing scheme. It is actually we are trying to bias this MOSFET using a current source, right? So that is what I is. VDD and minus VSS, both of them are biasing voltages. Okay, supply voltages. CS here is the bypass capacitance. Okay, used to particularly bypass the source branch, the current source branch, right? RL is the load resistance, right? Now if I draw the AC equivalent model of this, I will get this V. Okay, I can replace my entire MOSFET with this. Okay, small signal model. Alright, I have a GM VGS current source which depends on the voltage VGS, and R0. R0 is the drain to source resistance. Okay, remember R0, we call it R0 for R0 as drain to source resistance when the MOSFET is in saturation. We call it as RDS, R small r, capital D and capital S, as drain to source resistance when the MOSFET is in triode region. Okay, both of them are not same. Okay, I mean, of course both of them are drain to source resistances, but the context is different. One is in saturation, but the other one is in triode region. Okay, so from this we derived few expressions. Okay, one is we saw what is Rin. Okay, from this we saw Rin. Rin turns out to be simply Rg. Okay, so that we established. Then we saw R out. Okay, R out is this resistance. Okay, seen before RL. Okay, when looking into the drain side of the MOSFET, right? then we see two resistances, R naught and RD. So this is RD parallel R naught. Okay, this is almost equal to RD as R naught is a value which is greater than RD. Okay, so if I if I don't consider channel length modulation, then R naught, R out will be actually simply RD. Why? Because R naught is depends on the channel length modulation factor. Right? We wrote R naught as VA by ID, where VA is 1 by lambda. Right? Right. So this is the relation. Okay, these are the R in and R out relations. Then we also saw, if you look at VI here, okay, this VI, okay, VI is in a voltage divider configuration with VGS. So I can write VI as small change here. This is not VGS, it is V signal. Okay, so V signal into RG by RG plus R signal. Right. So this is a voltage divider configuration at the input side. Now similarly we also wrote V naught, output voltage, as minus GM into VGS into RD parallel R naught parallel R. Right. From this voltage gain AV as minus GM into RD parallel R naught parallel R. Okay. So this is considering RL. Okay. If I don't want to consider RL, I will get AV naught. Okay, that is simply minus GM into RD parallel R naught. Okay, here RL is defined. Right. Now this is voltage gain of the amplifier. The overall voltage gain. GV. Okay, it is actually given by V naught by V signal. Now substitute this expression here. Right. So here you will get V naught by Vi into Rg plus R signal by Rg. Okay. Manipulated, you will get V naught by Vi into Rg by Rg plus R signal. Okay. Now Rg, I know it to be Rin, so I will replace Rg with Rin. So I will get Gv is equal to V naught by Vi will become Av into Rin by Rin plus R signal. Okay. And if I write it in terms of open circuited voltage gain, then I will get minus GM. No, I will just replace this AV with this. Okay. Then minus GM RD R naught parallel RL into Rn divided by Rn plus R signal. Okay, this is GV. Okay, considering RL. But if you don't want to consider RL, simply remove RL. So this is minus GM RD parallel R naught into Rn divided by Rn plus R signal. Right. So 4 formulas here: GV, GV naught, AV, AV naught, and VI. Okay, this. Right. See, the analysis is very simple actually, not very confusing or anything. All you have to do is get a flow. Once you get a flow of this, you can use the same flow for solving problems also. Okay. right? So no need to memorize what is GV with respect to AV. Okay, not required. You know what is GV. GV is V naught by V signal. AV is V naught by VI. Right? Find the relation between VI and V signal. You will get GV. That's all. And if I remove RL from the GV expression, I get GV naught. Same thing for AV and AV naught also. Right? So no need to memorize all this. Just a simple flow for you to remember. Okay. So let us move on to common source amplifier with source resistance. Common source amplifier with source resistance. Source resistance Rs. Okay. Again, the analysis very simple. Okay. The only thing here is you have an Rs in your circuit diagram. Okay, everything else will be same, right? I don't think I'll continue this in the next page. Okay, now to draw the diagram, you have same V signal. Any queries, let me know. Then this is R signal. Then this is CC1. Then this goes to the MOSFET. Now here you have RS. Okay. Then after that you have biasing source I. This is going to minus VSS. Okay. I have here bypass capacitor CS, and here I have VDD. Again you have RD here. This goes to CC2. This goes to RL. And this is V. Right. Now I've just added RS here, nothing else, right? So what I do is here because having RS in the source side, okay, my model, okay, my this small signal model, it will be like this: G, then this is GM into VGS. This will be R naught. This will be RS. This is D. It become like this. So solving this part, okay, will become actually tough. Okay, it is a tough circuit to solve, analyze, not solve, analyze, right? So instead of using hybrid pi model, here we use T model. Okay, T model. Why? Because why I need to use T model is, in T model all I have is a gate like this, source like this. This is drain. This is some current I. Then I have a resistance here. This is source. This is 1 by GM, right? So this resistance 1 by GM, okay, it will be in series with RS. Okay, when I replace the MOSFET with this T model, okay, it will be in series with RS. So that will make analysis easy, simpler actually, right? So we use T model as 1 by GM. As 1 by GM will be in series with RS, okay, to make analysis easy. Okay, so I'll replace that now. Okay, Another thing I want to mention, when you are drawing the AC model, AC small signal model slash small signal model, okay, you know all this, you already know this. DC sources are shorted, DC sources are shorted, AC, not AC, current sources, DC voltage sources, DC voltage sources are shorted, DC current sources are open circuited, and capacitors are shorted. Okay, so while drawing the AC equivalent diagram, you have to keep these points in mind, right? So now the AC model, AC equivalent model, AC equivalent model, if I draw, I will get like this. This is again plus minus V signal, then this is RS, then I have RG here, this is going to ground, then here I will have 1 by GM, then here I will have RS, this will go to ground, right? Remember in the diagram above, we have the bypass capacitor which is parallel to the current source. Current source will anyway be open circuited and VSS will be actually shorted. So the flow is like this, okay, and CS will be short circuited, right? So we are connecting RS directly to ground, okay. So that is what I have done here. Then at the drain side I will have a current source. I'll have a current source like this. I'll call that current source as I. The same I will actually flow through 1 by GM also, right? This will go to RD, and RD is connected to ground. It is connected to VDD, which is shorted, so it is connected to ground. RD. RL. Okay, so the voltage which you measure here will be V0. The voltage which you measure here will be VD, drain voltage, right? This voltage from here to here means ground, okay. This I will extend it. Okay, this is actually VI, and the voltage across 1 by GM, that will be VGS. Remember, VGS is applied across this. This is VGS. Okay, so it is not like this. This is not VGS. This is not VGS all the way to ground. This is not VGS. It will not include RS, right? So VGS is just the gate source voltage, right? So across 1 by GM, you will have a voltage. You will have a voltage of VGS, right? So plus minus, right? Clear? Any queries still here? This is ID. I will call this current as ID, drain current. Any queries still here? All right. Then this, when I look into the source, okay, then I see Rin, okay, and when I look into the impedance like this, I see R out. Okay, so from this you can straight away tell that Rin is simply RG. Okay, it is simply RG, and this, there is no current here flowing. This current is 0. IG is 0, right? So I can see only one resistance, which is RG. So Rin will be RG, and R out will be actually RD. Okay. One assumption I make here is assumptions I make here is R naught to be 0, not 0, infinite. Okay, this is to make the analysis easy. Analysis is easy. That's all. If I want to draw that R naught, it will come like this. Source, right? It will come like this. This will be R naught, right? But analyzing this circuit will be tough. And R naught, if I is anyway a very high value, right? So if I ignore R naught also, it is all right. Okay, it is not like we get an approximate answer. It is actually a better answer. Okay, what the gain which you calculate with and without R naught will be almost same, right? So for easy analysis, what I do is I simply ignore R naught. Okay, I make R naught as infinite. Now, in this, if I look at RS and this is not RS, this is R signal. Okay, if I look at R signal and RG configuration, okay, they are again in a voltage divider configuration. Okay, so there I can straight away say that VI as RG by R signal plus RG into V signal. Okay, this kind of remains same throughout, right? So since R sig and RG are in voltage divider configuration, I can write VI in this manner. Okay, next let me look at the relation between VI and VGS. Relation between VI and VGS. Okay, see here VI is the voltage across RG, okay, and VGS is the voltage across 1 by GM alone, that's all, right? So you can say that VGS is a small part of VI. Okay, VGS is a small part of VI, and when I employ the Ohm's law, okay, right, I can write VGS by 1 by GM, okay, voltage divided by current, is equal to VI divided by RS plus 1 by GM. Okay, RS plus 1 by GM, right? Proportionality constant. VGS by 1 by GM is equal to VI by 1 by GM plus RS. So this is basically VI, this entire thing. This is VI and this is VGS, right? So that I have written it below. Right, from this I can get the relation VGS is equal to the relation between VGS and VI. So I can write VGS as VI divided by 1 plus GM into RS. Okay, why? Because GM and GM will get cancelled. Yeah, correct. VGS is equal to VI by 1 plus GM into RS. Now, two things you can observe here. One thing you can observe here is VI is the voltage which is coming from the signal itself, right? But when VGS is applied across the gate and source terminal, okay, it gets reduced. VGS here is reduced by the factor of 1 by 1 plus GM into RS. It gets reduced by this factor. So this we saw earlier when we used something called a degenerative source resistance while biasing topic in your first module. Alright, we saw that VGS is actually getting reduced. Okay, here we can use RS. We can use RS to control VGS. Okay, to control VGS. Remember the laws. Remember the points for linear amplification. For linear amplification, VGS should be less than 2 times VGS minus VT. Right. So until and unless this condition satisfies, until and unless this condition satisfies, you will not get linear amplification. Right. So if you don't use RS, it is hard to control this. Okay. Then if RS is 0, then VGS will be same as Vi. Okay, it is at the mercy of the signal. This is same as V signal, right? We are at the mercy of V signal. Whatever V signal value you get, that will be same as VGS. So there is a chance of this condition not being satisfied, right? So by adding RS, we can ensure that we are having a small hold over VGS, right? So your transistor, your MOSFET will be much biased even more securely. Okay, you can make it stay in saturation. All right. Right. So this is one condition where VGS and Vi are related. Other one is we have to calculate I now. What is the drain current? See, VGS has reduced now, right? Which also means that ID will also reduce, right? So now I have to find out what is ID. Okay, and if you look at this diagram, this ID and this I and this I, they are all same, right? So if I find out I can find out ID, right? Right. So ID is equal to I is equal to the potential drop across this point and this point. Potential drop across this point and this point. Okay. So that is nothing but Vi. So Vi divided by 1 by Gm plus Rs should give me I, which in turn is nothing but ID. Okay. So if I go down, I can write this as Vi divided by Rs plus 1 by Gm. Okay. So this is again Gm into Vi divided by 1 plus Gm into Rs. Okay. This is what ID is now. Okay. This is what ID is now. So here again, as VGS reduces, we can say that ID also reduces, right? So here itself we can mathematically prove that ID is also reducing as VGS is reducing. Okay, so this is the new ID expression, and finally we have to find out what is V naught. Right. So if I take V naught, if I apply KVL, see V naught and VD both are same, right? So I don't have to worry. So V naught I can write it as minus I into RD parallel RL, right? ID parallel RL. See, it is basically like this. Okay, this is current is flowing, this is I and this is RD parallel RL. Okay, and this is where you are measuring V naught, plus minus V naught, and the current is flowing like this, right? So obviously the current is in the opposite direction. So V naught will be minus ID into RD parallel R. Okay. So substitute the value of ID in this. Substitute the value of ID in this. You should get this minus Gm into Vi divided by 1 plus Gm into Rs into RD parallel RL. Remember here we have not considered R naught at all. So here in this expression R naught is absent. Okay. From this AV, which is V naught by Vi, is minus Gm into RD parallel RL divided by 1 plus Gm into Rs. Okay, so this is one expression for AV. Similarly, for AV naught, is minus Gm into RD, RL is absent, by 1 plus Gm into Rs. Right. So this one is open circuited gain, not considering RL. Okay, so for this RL is infinite. Right. I hope this is clear. Now this is AV, right? Now this is amplifier gain. This is only amplifier gain. V naught by Vi. Now I have to find what is overall gain. What is overall gain? Which is GV and GV naught. Right. So let me write GV is equal to, I know it to be V naught by V signal. Okay. So V naught by, what is V signal? Go back to the first equation. This equation. Okay. So V signal is Vi into R signal plus Rg divided by Rg. That I will write it below. Vi into R signal plus Rg divided by Rg. Alright. So this will be V naught by Vi, divided by into Rg by Rg plus Rc. Here you can replace Rg with Rn. Okay, because both of them are same. See? Right. So I can replace it. Right. So GV here is AV into Rg by, not Rg, RL. Or let me write Rg only. Doesn't matter, both are same. Okay. Rg plus Rc. Which is GV is equal to minus Gm into RD parallel RL divided by 1 plus Gm into Rs into Rg by Rg plus Rc. Okay, so this is Gm, this is GV. Okay, now if I find GV naught, okay, GV naught will become, all I have to do is remove RL. So minus Gm RD by 1 plus Gm into Rs into Rg by Rg plus Rc. That's it. This analysis we have done. Okay, so both of them are overall voltage gain. Overall voltage gain. Clear? Any queries still here? Any queries? So Rs is basically acting as degenerative resistance. Okay, so what it basically does is it will reduce gain. See, the gain is reduced, you have a factor of 1 plus gm into rs. Okay, reduces gain by a factor of 1 plus gm into rs. Okay, if you look at the gain of the amplifier with no rs, okay, the first one here, see these two. Okay, we don't have that 1 plus GMRS term here, right? So here gain will be significantly higher. When you add source resistance, gain will be less. Okay, it reduces by a factor of 1 plus GMRS. Okay, so as we once we look at frequency analysis, okay, third or fourth module, right? So here bandwidth will actually increase. Bandwidth increases, okay, with the reduction of gain. So the disadvantage is the gain reduces, but the bandwidth increases. Bandwidth increases means I can use this amplifier for a little bit more range of frequencies. All right. So this is the advantage we have with this. It increases the bandwidth, thereby effectively increasing the range of frequencies allowable for this circuit, for this common source amplifier. Okay. Any queries till here? Any queries? Right. Another point I want to mention. If you look at the AV expression here, this AV expression, okay, I can write this as this is a note. Okay, note. I can write this AV as RD parallel RL minus RD parallel RL divided by RS plus 1 by GM. Okay. There is another way of looking at this. One is if you look at the numerator, okay, RD parallel RL. Okay, this is the total resistance at drain. Okay, the total resistance at drain. Look in the circuit diagram. At drain, if you take this point, this is your drain point. The total resistance at the drain is RD and RL, which are both parallel, and the total resistance at source at this point is 1 by GM and RS, which are both connected in series, right? So here RD parallel RL will be total resistance of drain, 1 RS plus 1 by GM. Okay, that is total resistance at source. Okay, so you can say that gain of the amplifier is a ratio of total drain resistance to total source resistance. Okay, with a minus there. Okay, a minus because it is inverting, right? So another note, the same note. Amplifier gain is a ratio of total resistance seen at drain to total resistance seen at source. Okay, so this is actually a very important point. This we'll explore a little bit further on. All right. This is a very easy way to remember, right? If you suddenly forget what is the gain of common source amplifier, you see all the resistance at the drain side, add them up. You see all the resistance at the source side, add them up, take ratio of them, drain to source, and put a minus sign. Okay, that's it. Okay, that will give you the amplifier gain. Okay, this is amplifier gain of the MOSFET. Okay, not overall gain. This is V naught by Vi. Okay, not V naught by V signal. Okay, for V naught by V signal, this relation you have to understand. Okay. Any queries till here? Right. If you have no queries, then we'll stop. We'll in the next class we'll look at common common gate amplifier. Okay, it's also called current follower. Right. It's actually called current follower. Why? Because common gate actually provides a gain of 1, current gain of 1. Alright, we'll see how it is. So we'll see that in the next class. Hopefully you don't have any queries till now. Any queries, let me know. Alright. Alright, then we'll stop. We'll continue in the next class.